Hey, it's been a while. I can explain, I promise. So for the past 6-ish months, I've been kind of busy. I've been working with a marching band. Now, for any of you who have been a part of a marching band, you know how much time it takes up. So, if you were wondering why I haven't posted videos in a very long time, this is why. This past weekend we just wrapped up our season with our state championship performance, and I decided to bring my camera along and film a little bit, the rehearsal the day before and then the actual day of. So here's a little glimpse of what it's like to work with a marching band. Happy rehearsal day, everybody. So this is what a typical Tuesday, Thursday, some Fridays, and the occasional Saturday, which today is. This is what they look like for me. See, typical might not be the best word to use because, as you can probably tell by the window here, it is in fact raining. So, we're gonna get wet today. It's basically been raining on and off for about a day, which means the football field should be nice and soggy for us. Great. So the plan today was to have a rehearsal from 12 to 8, with half of it being music-based and the other half being moving marching-based. Now, with all this water on the ground, I don't know how accurate that's gonna be to what actually happens in real life. But I guess we'll see. Just roll with the punches, I guess. You know, I really don't know whose idea it was to make marching season the same time as Florida's hurricane season, but I hope they know that they're wrong and I hate them for it. So the first half of the rehearsal ended up being sectionals, where the brass and woodwinds were divided and we worked on various segments of our show with visuals and musical segments and stuff like that. After sectionals, we joined back up on our practice field, and that's when we did our show segments when we were moving and playing and marching and all that good stuff. So the thing is that while we were in sectionals, the directors and other staff and volunteers, they were taking brooms and like sweeping the water off of the field so that they would have someplace relatively dry to march. During this block of time, we managed to get a lot of work done. We spent many hours blocking and chunking and just making sure everything was as perfect as it could be. So then after rehearsal, the directors decided that the football field was way too soggy, wet, and muddy to have any sort of functioning rehearsal. So they decided that after lunch, we were gonna do one final run on our practice field, and then we were just gonna call rehearsal 2 hours early. Good morning. It is day 2. It is show day. Today is the day of FNBC state championships up in Ocala, Florida. I'm running late as per usual. Hot start. I basically showed up there right on time for the buses to leave. So I got out of my car, locked it, and then just hopped on the buses, and we started that 2-hour drive all the way up to Ocala, Florida, which the majority of it looked like this. Then after a quick little rest stop, we drove for maybe 20 minutes more after that, and then it's time to get going. Kids got into their uniforms and we started stretch and started warming up. We originally warmed up in this incredibly small area parking lot, and the band's not exactly small, but they managed to make it work. Now, there's one thing I regret not filming. It was the venue, because this place was crazy. It was the World Equestrian Center in Ocala, Florida, and the place is nice. But I did get one clip that I think will showcase to you how crazy this place really is. I just want to bring special attention to what these bathrooms look like. Like, it's so nice in here. It's like a hotel. It's a freaking equestrian center. So after I was done admiring the beauty of that bathroom, it was time to start music warm-up. And they had us in this building. See, I'm not sure what this building was for, but it was very big and very reverberant. So every chord that we played lasted forever. And then it was time to walk. The walk from the warm-up site to the venue was maybe 20 minutes. I need better insoles for my shoes because that one hurt. So after that long walk, my feet were aching, but we finally made it. We lined up at the gate and another band was going on, so we just had to patiently wait for our turn. We're on next, we're waiting to perform. The preliminary run was really good. There was just a couple hairy things to fix, but that was all stuff we could address when it was time to address it. But now, after a lot of work, it was time to just de-stress a little bit because we had a very long time to wait until we performed again. Prelims went really well. We ended up making finals, and finals is 5 hours after our prelims time. Prelims was 2:30, finals time is 10:30. That's 7 hours. So we're just kind of sitting around, just kind of waiting. By the way, it's currently like 6 o'clock, and this is what it looks like outside. Yay, daylight savings time. We had a lot of time to kill, so the kids were playing games, sitting down, having snacks, just kind of relaxing. But before you knew it, it was time to get right back at it again. Our second visual block started, but except this time, it's at night. Except we got to do a slightly shorter walk from the parking lot where we did visual warm-up to the building where we did music warm-up, because we got to go to a second building just as big though. Alright, this is the last warm-up, and then we go out and then it's all done. All they have to do now is throw it on the field, leave it all down there. All the work that we've been doing for the past 6 months, this is what it's come to. I'm excited. After music warm-up, we got to do that 20-minute walk again, all the way to the venue, wait our turn again, and then it was our time to perform. The second time did go better. I got to sit down and I got to enjoy everything they're doing, and before you knew it, it was over. And that was it. After we performed, there was one more band, so we used that time to get everybody together because there was a full retreat at that show, which means that the entire band is on the field when they announce their scores. So the way they do scoring in Florida is that depending on the size of your band, they divide you up into 5 different classes. 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. 1 being the smallest, 5 being the biggest. 1A and 2A were held on the Saturday the day before, so this was just 3, 4, and 5 that competed today. They started with the scoring for 3A, and then they moved on to 4, and then it was our class, 5A. So they started listing 5A in 5th place, and then 4th place, and then 3rd, and then 2nd, and then
1st place, with a score of 93.80. Class 5A champion, the Timber Creek High School.
So all that hard work after 6 months paid off, and we ended up winning our class, and we got the highest score out of the entire thing. And I remember hearing our placement, that we won the class, and hearing our score, that the kids obviously couldn't move, but I felt the excitement come off of them. But that excitement was short-lived because we still had one last thing to do. The bands had this tradition to play this song after every football game and select competitions, and this being the last competition, obviously they chose to play it. So they found a secluded area where they could play it for the last time, and what an experience that was. There was a lot of crying involved, so I didn't film it so that the kids could be present in the moment and everything, but that was a 40-minute crying session for a lot of people. Now, after the emotional roller coaster that was the past 90 minutes, it was time to start that journey back home. I didn't film much on the journey back home because everyone was exhausted and everyone was sleeping, including me. We ended up getting back at exactly 4 a.m. and you can tell everybody had nothing left in them. I'm being illuminated by streetlight right now. And as much as I'd love to give some final profound thoughts, it is very late, and I have just enough mental capacity to get myself back home and to get in my bed. Well, we finally made it home, and the arrival time is 4:50 a.m. Yeah, I have class tomorrow. I'm gonna get some sleep. Overall, this experience was very, very fulfilling. I've learned a lot this season about myself, about others, about teaching, about music, about marching band. And I'm incredibly grateful to have the experience that I now have after working with them. And I'm very excited to get to work with them again next year and for the foreseeable future. The thing I don't know now is I don't know what to do with all of my time now because I have so much of it and nothing to fill it with. Guess I can catch up on all that homework. I guess I can make more videos. Anyway, that was my experience. That's what I've been up to for the past 6 months. Thank you for being patient with me. I will do my best now to get back in the groove and continue to make videos for you guys because I have the time to do it now. If you enjoyed this new vlog-like format, let me know because I had a lot of fun making it and I would love to do it again. Besides that, like, comment, subscribe, the YouTube things, and catch you later.